Welcome to UTech's MS SQL tutorial series. In this video, we are going to see how to create a database, how to create the tables and views, and how to create the store procedures, that is SPs. Please subscribe my channel for more videos in SQL, VB and Android Studio. Let us start. Open the MS SQL data server. Login. This is the main screen. In this screen you can see the databases and other things. First, here you can see how to create a database. For creating the database, we can use two methods. One is clicking on the database. It is create new database option. Otherwise, we can attach the already existing database into a SQL server. You can see how to create a new database. Click on the new database option. Give the name. That is student data, and we can mention the path. The default path is in the program files MS SQL folder. We can change the path here by clicking on the button, and we can choose the path as per our requirement. We can change the path as well as change the path of the main file and sub file, mdiff and ldif files. Just give the database name and press OK. So the database is created, student data here, and we can add the tables and views and store procedures in this database. First, we have to create the tables. For creating the tables, we can create a new tables from here also, or you can use the query for creating the table. We can use first time using the query, that is a new query. In the new query, we have selected the student database, and for creating the table, to give the command create table, then table name. Let me, I am giving us student master. Then the fields, that is reg ID, give it as integer, that is the type of field. Then the name, that means student name, that is variable character, and use the width of the field. Then address, where CHR 200, then class is also where 10. These are the fields. Register reg ID as name, ADDR address, that is class, then close the bracket. This is the command create table student master, that is the table name, and these are the fields and its type and width. It's the integer field. Then the variable character field, we have to mention the width of the field and address and class. Then close this one and just execute it. The command is completed successfully. Now we can see the field structure by selecting statement select star from student master. These are the fields. The guide is name, address and class. Now we can insert the data into the table by giving the insert command, that is insert into the table name, that is student master. Insert into student master values. We can mention the fields also, reg ID, name, addr and class. These are the fields. Then values. Values are give the value 1. Then second value is a variable character value, that means varchar, that is text value. We have to give the text value in between the quotes. That is the name of the second value is the name of the student. Casing, and third value is the address. MG Road, Cochin 35. And the fourth value is the class. Just give the class and then lastly close the bracket. This way insert into table name. Which are the fields we are going to insert? Mention that fields and values. And run the query. The record is inserted. Just see the data values are inserted into the table. Now we can create a view using this table. The create view command, create view. That views are used for storing the data temporarily from the table. We can create the view as create view. The view name stu student view as the value of the which the view should display. That is selected star from student master. That means all the records from the student master we are putting into a view. That means the view is created. Now you can check the view now. Values in the view. Select star from view name is student view. This is see. The same values are come over here. That is use a temporary table. The values are come from the student master table. So we have created the database, table as well as the view. Now the next one is we are going to create a store procedure. For creating the store procedure, this I am deleting these things. Store procedure, the first command is create procedure. We need to write only 4 character of the procedure word. Create procedure stu list, student list in insert student ins, list student ins, that is inserting the student. Then we have to give the first thing, we have to give the parameters. Let's see. We are inserting the values to the student master using a store procedure. For that purpose, we have to give the values we are going to insert are the student name, address, and class. So we have to declare that variables. As the first one is the regular ID, we are taking as a maximum ID plus 1, that is auto number. So we are passing the values name, address, and class only. So we are declaring that variables. First is name, s name, that is varchar 60, and the second one is the second one is addr or add, whatever we can give. Varchar 200, and the third one is the class, that is varchar 10. So these are the parameters we are passing. First we are create view, create a procedure, student in, that is a procedure name, then values which we are passing, then as, then begin, then is end, that is a structure. And here we can declare the one more variable for capturing the maximum registration ID, that is declare variable is ID, that is for max ID. Let us give it as max ID. So declare max ID, which is a numerical field or integer field. I am giving us integer field, integer, that is a variable. Now we can capture the value to this max ID. So select ret max ID is equal to select max reg ID plus 1 from, that is a next value, max ID from student master. Okay, that means we are getting the max ID. Not select is not required here. Select max ID is equal to max reg ID from student master. Now next we are going to we got the variables like 4 variables here and the max ID here. So the fields are required for inserting purpose are reg ID, s name, address, and the class. So we got all the values here. So we are going to insert the values to the table. Insert into student master values. You can declare the fields also here, reg ID, s name, addr, and class. These are the fields we are going to insert. The values are, that is max ID, and the second value is s name, that is a variable name, a variable s name, and third one is variable addr, not addr, and the fourth one is variable class. These are the values we are going to insert into the student master table. So this is the store procedure structure. Just run the store procedure, executed the store procedure. Now we can check by executing the store procedure here, exec and store procedure name, then with the values. First value is the s name, student name, that is I'm giving us Kumar, and the second value is the address. third one is the class. That is giving us 10. So these are the values. So just run it, execute, store procedure, then just giving the values. These are the 3 values we are giving here, and the ID is captured automatically. So execute it. So the record row is saved. So just to see whether it is inserted or not. See, the casing is inserted here. The Kumar, not the casing, the Kumar is inserted here. We can call this store procedure from the VB as well as the .NET or any other programs or the Android Studio. This is how we can create a database, and we can create the tables, we can create the views, and we can also create the store procedure in SQL Server. So for this video, please subscribe my video series and my website for more videos. Thank you for watching it. See you in the next.